to discuss a little bit about what's been going on with the interior here on this 55 Chevy. Currently, I'm been working on some of the rear seat delete panels. I've got the outer border padded. I'm getting ready to disassemble, separate the two items, and then we're going to pad and put the pleats in here, and then these two items will be ready for leather. This will be a perforated leather. We've put the padding on here. This is a closed cell style foam, but it's a high density, has a little bit of a memory to it. So that's what we'll be doing today. Later this afternoon, we'll come over and discuss a little bit about the door panels. So we've got the door panels, they're ready for leather. So we did the same process. We've padded, I cut the grooves in it for the pleats. This section here that's pleated will be perforated leather, and then all of the other areas of the door panel will be done in the same color leather, but it's non-perforated. And then we'll have some square weave carpet will be going down in this area here, held in with some magnets. We still have to make a speaker grill. Now we're also making our own aluminum trim. Let me grab the piece of that. Figure out which one's right. So we're utilizing some 1/2-inch square aluminum, and we've curved it to match our design. Welded the two pieces together. It's been drilled and tapped with some 632 screws. And then I'll actually run it through the router, and we'll put a radius on the face of it. Once I get an overall depth, then I'll know if I need what diameter radius we'll put on it. But this will actually end up going in here, and it'll separate. It'll give us a division point or separation point for our two different types of leather. And then all of this trim will actually end up being chrome plated also. The customer wants it easy to maintain and keep clean. So we still will have to do a final fit and trim on this and router that. And then when the doors close, I think it shows in one of the other videos, but all the lines follow up and continue on. And we're going to be using the same principle for the trim and the headliner. There. Center console, we're going to make our own shifter boot and incorporate some other metal up into this area. This was already done on here when it came to us, and we're not going to use that. It's just some polished stainless, but it's not going to work for what we're trying to do. Then you can see all the wiring that was pre-done. We're going to clean some of that up, organize it a little better. All of the controls will be in this section here in a sliding armrest instead of a hinged armrest. So we'll show you some of that when we get to that point. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're getting close. Then we still have the trunk to do. And when we get the car turned around, we'll do some more recording of that. We got the headliner pretty much done. We'll finish out the pieces around the garnish moldings in the back glass, but we've got the dome light area made up or finished working. Give you a little idea of what the LED lighting will do is that's some of the soft touch LED lights that are available now. You can see the perforated leather. This is a 1/2-inch thick acrylic. This is actually an all one piece lens. Goes all the way around. It's about an inch wide, maybe a little wider, all the way through. And then the LED lights are up on the back side of that. So that's gonna illuminate the interior pretty good for us and stuff. Still got a little heating and steaming to go and some cleaning and stuff, but we'll get all that done here as we get closer to being finished. Anyway, let's give you an idea of what the headliner is going to look like. What we've done, as you saw at the beginning, we've glued and I tape off and I do one pleat at a time. We're down to the last pleat. So what I'm doing here though is I use my custom made headliner tucking tool, and I like to roll this instead of just using my hand. And the reason I do that is if it's trying to wrinkle, the wide blade will kind of work the wrinkle out. It's saved my butt many a time. Then when we get over here to the edge, we'll kind of find our edge, and then I'll use this material so light it's hard to see. And now I'm going to tuck this down nice and tight on the edge of the material or the foam. So now we got a nice clean line. We did sand the edges of our foam at a slight angle. So now we have that. And let me grab the piece that goes over this, and you'll kind of get an idea of how it's going to go together. So as you can see, the insert's in the perforated leather, and then this piece here will actually be covered in smooth leather. And then it's going to go over, and it'll bolt together from the back side. And then we have, just by the time it's all said and done and tightened up, we'll have a nice perfect tight fit. And that's how it's going to go. So just to give you a little update on what we've got going on, some of the interior on the 55 here. I've got one of the rear panels, seat delete panels, finished, the back section. And we've got the perforated pleats in here that we did. And then this is an actual separate piece that's been covered in the smooth leather, and then they bolt together. Then this whole unit will go in. Package tray will be up here. And then this is going to be the lower piece. And this panel here will actually sit over like so. Carpet will be up and under it when it's all said and done. And then we're going to finish out this lower base with a routed piece that originally I was going to cover it, radius the top edge and then cover it, but we're not wanting any stitching in it. And with this tight a corner over here and here, it just was not going to manipulate right without wrinkling. So I came back, made this piece over, put a groove in it, and we're actually going to use some of this 1/4 inch aluminum molding that we get, and I believe we get this from Clayton Machine Works. You can see there it's quarter, I think 1/4 by 1/4, radius slightly on the top, and then we're going to press it down in there so we can cover it, split it with a razor blade, cover it, split it, and then this will finish off the edge. And then that piece will be bolted down over the edge of the carpet, and then the leather will come down and finish off all of our edges. And then that'll go in as a unit. So that's kind of where we are now, working on, waiting on some of the molding to come in. We ran out, so I've got some coming in on UPS, and then we'll bend that to fit, mock it all up, and then get these pieces covered and bolted together and in the car. So this is take two.
Take two.
Take two. So these are for the rear seat area. What we're doing is a section called a rear seat delete. So there will not be a back seat, bottom or top. And this will be the lower sections. And then the upper section will actually come down into here. So it'll be kind of like just a little storage area. And so this is the European square weave carpet, the color that will be used against the leather. And then around the perimeter here, what we've done, I tried covering it in one piece to start with, and it just would not make these corners like I wanted it without having to put stitching in it. So I've routed a channel in here, covered the inner piece and the outer piece, and we brought it all the way down because these are two separate pieces. And then this 1/4-inch molding, and I believe we get this from Clayton Machine Works. It's just a half round, or not even fully half round. You can see the profile of it. We're still waiting on some more to come in for inventory. But this is going to get polished, and then it will actually basically just press down in there. And we'll bend it to fit all the way around it. That'll be the finished product before it goes in. So, we're trying to cover this second rear seat delete panel, and it's what, 20 degrees outside today, something like that. So this will be my this is already my second attempt on this one panel, and with just the cold weather and the coldness in the shop, I'm having to use a little more heat to get it to do what I want. And due to that, it has done it again. You can see what it has done here. Trying to finish off this corner, it has ripped, and that will show because that's going to be on the top side. So now we are getting ready to attempt a third time. Frustration factor is starting to set in on this severely. I think I need, it's just Tuesday. I think I need a Friday afternoon shot or something.
Might help.
Yeah. But yeah, so now I get to peel it all off again. And more than likely it'll tear the padding up, so I'll have to re-pad it, start all over. Another roughly square yard of leather wasted. I might can use the pieces for small trim pieces and stuff, but this gets expensive when this happens. And frustrating.
Yep.
So this is take two because he didn't like the way I said it the first time. So what I've done here, we got the lower pieces done. We're just doing a mock-up. They're not bolted in place. They're just kind of setting in place. Got the rear covers covered and all that bolted together. As you saw in the video, we've had to do one of them 3 times, and I'm not still happy with it. So more than likely, I'm going to end up doing this one over again. If it doesn't steam out like I hope it does. So got it all mocked up, fitted in. Center console will go down through here. I gotta adjust some slot the holes to get a little bit of adjustment, push everything out. Once we get all that done and a final fit on everything, we know it goes in place with the center console. We'll do one last mock-up fit of that. Then the package tray, we got to do a final trim on it.
Connections.
For depth, yeah, it's weather, I guess. And clearance it for the rubber gasket and the glass. And then that'll get covered. And then we're going to move on to the side panels, and we'll be doing the upper in the perforated pleats, the lower in the plain. Do the machining of our molding and get that out for chrome plating. And then once that's all said and done, basically from the door jambs back, the back of the car will be all done and ready to go for final assembly. And then we'll be moving forward to the doors and the front carpet. So once we get all that done, we'll do a snapshot in another video of the front of the car. So anyway, just want to let y'all know we appreciate y'all watching and supporting our channel. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we would greatly appreciate that. Check out our website. We do have some t-shirts and sweaters, sweatshirts and hoodies, some of these things. Working on getting some new beanies made. And thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe, please. Thank you.